Exponents, student learning objectives. 1, variable. 2, exponent. 3, evaluate an exponent. 1, variable is a letter used in place of a numerical value when the numerical value is unknown. Exponent is a number that can be written in the form b to the power of n. It is read as b to the power of n, where b is called the base and n is called the exponent. The exponent tells us the number of times the base occurs as a factor. Example, evaluate the exponents. Number 1, -4 to the power of 3. So here the base is -4 and the exponent is 3. The exponent 3 is telling us that -4 occurs as a factor 3 times. So this, we rewrite it as -4 times -4 times -4. And we multiply. -4 times -4 is +16 times -4. 16 times -4 is -64. So -64 is the answer. 2, -3 to the power of 4. So this exponent is telling us we -3, which is the base, occurs as a factor 4 times. So this is equal to -3 times -3 times -3 times -3. So it is -3 is occurring as a factor 3 times. And this is equal to -3 times -3 is +9. And then we have times -3 times -3. And then we multiply 9 times -3, which is -27. And then we multiply -27 times -3. And this here is equal to 81. It's positive. Number 3, 2 cubed, or 2 to the power of 3. This is equal to 2 times 2 times 2. 2 occurs as a factor 3 times. We multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So the answer is 8. Number 4, -5 to the power of 3. This here is the same as -1 times 5 to the power of 3. Okay, so there is a difference when we have -5, and then we put a parenthesis around the -5, and then take that to the power of 3. This means -5 times -5 times -5. The parenthesis around that -5 tells us that -5 is the base. So the exponent tells us that -5 occurs as a factor 3 times. Now in this problem, there is no parenthesis around the -5. The exponent is only for the 3, only for the 5, not including that negative sign. So that negative sign acts like -1, and then times 5 to the power of 3. So the exponent is applied only to the +5, 3. So this here is equal to -1 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is equal to -1 times 5 is -5. -5 times 5 is -25. -25 times 5 is -125. So the answer is -125. -5 squared. Here again, the exponent applies only to the 5, not to that negative. So we rewrite this as -1 times 5 times 5. And this here is equal to -1 times 5 is -5. -5 times 5 is -25. So the answer is -25.